What's going on, guys? Shadow X here, back at you for another Dokkan battle video, and Battle Hour 2022 has finally wrapped up. This time it was a 2-day event. It was actually really fun. They did a lot of different things in regards to all the different Dragon Ball IPs. It was basically just a big celebration covering Dragon Ball in general, right? So we're going to cover what really they talked about on the Dokkan side of things, just because obviously that is what my channel is based around, right? So starting off with the very first thing they sort of announced alongside this next installment in regards to version Z. We're going to have the option to finally Extreme Z awaken a character with probably one button, I presume, sort of like the hidden potential way it is now, right? You just click one button and you're done. I've been asking for this for the longest time. I hate the way EZAs are. It literally takes way too long to get a character fully EZA'd. We literally should just push a button and the character should just be done, right? So hopefully that will finally be implemented now. So we'll see. Looks like we're also going to have finally the option to retry just from like literally the end of the fight. So you don't have to actually like go all the way back out, re-pick the friend. You can literally just hit a retry button and jump right back in, which is great. I love that feature. Alright, and then last, it looks like we're also going to finally be able to search categories by text. So if you are if you play the Japanese version and you want to use this feature, keep in mind you are going to have to like read and understand Japanese because you're going to have to type in Japanese. But this is more so for like the global side of the game. Obviously, with there being so many categories in the game now, being able to search up a category is obviously going to be a lot faster. So it is a very good feature they're finally implementing. So looks like version Z is definitely headed in the right direction with the changes they're making. Obviously this is not everything. I think they're definitely going to continue to do more as time goes on. They're going to continue to implement more questions based on these servers that they give us, sort of giving us our feedback and the things that we want to see them add into the game, right? So from here on out it only goes up, I feel like, in terms of with what they're doing with version Z. So very exciting beginner news here. So next, during the broadcast, they announced the EZA for Evolution Blue Vegeta. So they hinted that this is possibly going to be the next EZA, which doesn't really make sense because if you guys are familiar, on the Japanese side of the game right now, if you're a global-based player watching my video, currently we are in the middle of the 7th anniversary and the Part 3 LR EZAs are about to drop in a couple days here. So I don't see how this is going to be the next EZA. So what I presume is probably going to be the case is these guys, or Evolution Blue Vegeta, is probably going to be for Saiyan Day, I think. And we know Saiyan Day is going to be on both versions of the game this year, as they typically do in previous years because they announced it during the live stream. So again, another joint celebration for Saiyan Day, very exciting. So JP is also finally going to be getting the Extreme Z battles for the Goku, Raditz, and Vegeta there, the giant characters. So this came out in October on Global, so this is sort of outdated now on JP. However, these characters are still going to be viable and useful for like the Extreme Giant Super Battle Road stage, right? Especially with the introduction of the new LR Grade 8 Vegeta, who unfortunately has the same name as this Vegeta, but obviously is a lot better. So this guy is pretty much worthless now, I would say, but I think Goku's probably the best out of these three characters by far, because he stacks and he just has the most viability and usage in my opinion. So overall, these guys aren't like the worst ever. I just feel like they're sort of outdated at this point, just because like they came out in October, right? So it's good that we're getting them now, right? Hopefully for Saiyan Day, I just want the last 2 copies of LR Team Bardock more than anything, because we literally can't remember that unit still, and it's only been 2 years, right? I say this a lot, but I actually think they forgot about that unit. I don't know what the hell they're doing with that unit. That unit needs to come with an EZA. Whenever we get the final 2 copies, they just need to EZA. So we'll see when we might get the final 2 copies of that unit, but at this point I don't even think it matters anymore. Like, you could just take that unit out of the game, I feel like. So anyway, next they introduced or announced both sides of the game are going to be getting a new stage of Super Battle Road. So looks like JP is going to be getting a stage of Extreme Super Battle Road, and then Global is going to get the next stage of their regular Super Battle Road. So Keep in mind, on JP, this is going to count for the different fragments of the Goku and Chi-Chi marriage support memory, so you do want to get this done right. So we'll see how difficult this might be, or what stage this might be at as well. I think it's probably going to be Reps of Universe 7, so that's going to be pretty difficult, right? It being Extreme Super Battle as well, and we know how good the Reps of Universe 7 category is, right? Just from all the buffs they got from last anniversary. So I expect that stage to be very difficult, so we'll see. But I'm definitely very excited for that as well, right? And this is probably actually the biggest thing that they announced for the global side of the game. This updated language support, because there's a lot of player base on the global side of the game that don't speak English, right? So to have the option to switch languages in your current language and be able to play the game in your respective understanding in terms of what language you speak is definitely a very big impact and update for the game. And they know that Dokkan is just a worldwide global game at this point, right? Like their audience is far above just English speaking fan base, right? So this is a very good update, I feel like. So those are the main updates that they said or announced on the Dokkan side of things. Over here on Legends, looks like we're getting a new Beerus as well, so pretty exciting. We don't know if this is an LF character. It could be. They didn't hint at it being an LF, so I'm not sure. This could be just like a side sparking banner unit, and then maybe like I almost said LR God Goku. LF God Goku could be like the main unit that hasn't been announced yet. We'll see. I know there's a video and stuff coming up in a couple days here, so maybe they'll reveal more during that time. But for now, we have this, and then also they did announce that this Super Saiyan God Vegeta is going to be getting his Zenkai, so pretty good buff there. So that's basically all they announced on the Legends side of things. Of course, I don't really play Legends myself, but I do like to keep up with what's going on in terms of releases and things like that, and announcements and news and everything. So definitely wanted to get it in the video as well, just because it was a pretty big part of Battle Hour, right? So that's basically that. And then this is actually what we're going to talk about. Is the next big thing here. So we finally got more information in terms of Dragon Ball Super Superhero. We got the other half of the visual poster here, which looks really good in my opinion. They showed us a couple of new clips. They had some of the voice actors give their opinions on their characters, and then they just talked about aesthetically how the film looks, and just different things that they did in terms of how it was created, right? How it was all put together. They did mention that the movie is still not done, like they're still working on it, and this thing comes out in 2 months. So I'm a little nervous from that aspect, but the way it looks, I'm actually okay with. I'm actually really excited for it. I think it looks really good aesthetically. Going in, I wasn't really a big fan of the whole 2D layout. I mean, my bad, 3D layout, right? Or not even 3D, CGI with 2D layout, right? So I think it looks good. Like there's some shots that don't really look as good, but there's definitely some scenes where I think it's Gamma 1 or 2, I can't exactly remember, where he's spinning the gun on his finger like that. The way they did that looks really good in my opinion. So there's definitely moments that I think are gonna look really good in this movie. And keep in mind, they didn't show really anything new in terms of giving us a new trailer. So there's still a lot of this film that we have no idea. We've never seen any. We don't know. We're completely wondering at this point, right? So they did announce a summertime release, or not a summertime. My words. They announced a global release. So looks like it's going to be in a couple months, which is good. So that is very exciting as well. So I will say I definitely love. This is another big thing here. They finally made Goten and Trunks age. They're finally older. It's about damn time, I swear. And their designs actually look really good. I like the way they look. I love the way Kroon's outfit looks. I love 18. That's my girl. She's so hot. Bulma is fine as hell. This looks really. I actually really love this visual. I think this looks really good, right? So one thing that is interesting is we've yet to see Goku and Vegeta go Super Saiyan. Not in promo art, not in the trailer, not in any visuals. for whatever reason, they just have not shown them in Blue, Super Saiyan, God, none of the forms. So we know that Gohan and Piccolo are the main focus of this movie. So there's speculation that Cell might be coming back. One thing that's interesting is all these games have been promoting Android 21 heavily. So this talks that she might be coming back as well. You know, she is very popular in Japan. Overall, I just think she's good looking, obviously, right? She's hot. I wouldn't mind if she was in the movie, right? You know, we'll see. But yeah, Superhero is looking to be in the right, it's headed in the right direction. I think it looks really good. I'm very excited. I can't wait. But yeah, there's also a lot more that happened during Battle Hour, right? Like, you know, they had a lot of the producers playing Dragon Ball Budokai 2, and then, you know, they beat that. And then they went to Budokai 3. They had like a balloon artist that made different characters out of balloons. It was really cool. Looked really good. You know, they had like this bento artist who was making, you know, Goku and Vegeta and different characters literally from food. You know, they had like a professional chef that made some of the dishes like straight from Kakarot. So there was just a lot going on during the event. Overall, it was a good time, right? You know, they had the three main artists that sang like the three openings of Dragon Ball. You know, GT and, you know, Z, right? And then just regular Dragon Ball all perform. Like, there was just a lot going on. Overall, it was a very good weekend, I think. I think the turnout was very successful, you know, following last year. And I really feel like they should just do more of these. Like, this is really good. Like, can you imagine if they had this going on, like, when the anime was actually on, how big it would have been? Like, how much more hype it would have been? Like, it would have generated just the overall audience base. I just think it would have just been so much more massive. Not that it's not now, but, you know, given with, you know, the pandemic and everything, like, I get the way that they have to do it now, and I think the way they're doing it is, you know, it's successful. Like, the turnout was good, I would say, for the most part, and you know, a lot was revealed, a lot was shown off, a lot happened, and I think, you know, just for the fan base of the entire Dragon Ball franchise, I think this was an overall success, depending on how you want to look at it. So we'll see what, you know, Dragon Ball Battle Hour looks like next year, what's in plans, but for now I definitely think this entire event was very well done, and I was super pleased with the turnout, and I was very excited for all the new information that we got. Of course, we didn't get everything, but really, you know, this was the main headlining, right? All these games basically are promoting this movie, essentially, right? Like, this is the entire build-up is for this movie that unfortunately is not done yet, which is a little worrying, but you know, my fingers are still crossed. I still have very high hopes for this movie, and I definitely think it's going to do well regardless. So that's basically going to do it for this video and everything that, you know, we learned about from Dragon Ball Battle Hour. Let me know how you guys liked the overall event and what you thought about it, and what you think about all this new information that we got in terms of releases and things like that. So that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I will see you all in the next one.